promise this new machine has. Well, it's looking like a pretty good start straight out the box. Just 9.3 seconds slower than Latvala. He's almost 3 seconds up on his teammate.
Paddy, you've waited for this day for quite a while. A new car, 5th fastest over the first stage. Happy?
Yeah, it's okay. No problem at all. And just trying to get everything right and get to the rhythm. And it's still things to improve, definitely, but it's going well.
Petter is 5th fastest after the opening stage, with Atkinson just behind in 6th. Up ahead, Latvala is the early leader, but there's just 5.8 seconds separating the top 4. Further back, Matt Wilson and Mats Osberg round off the top 8. So once again, it's Jari-Matti Latvala who's the man to beat early on. The chase is on, though. Find out if he can stay in front after the break. Welcome back to the Acropolis rally, where Jari-Matti Latvala is the early leader. He's 5.2 seconds ahead of Danny Sordo, with Loban Hirvonen close behind in 3rd and 4th. Next is stage 2, the longest of the day, at just under 24 kilometres, and it's a very rough and rocky start for the first few sectors. Championship leader Mikko Hirvonen managed the time identical to his great rival Sebastian Loeb on the opening test, but can he continue at the same pace? Well, the slippery surface is beginning to take its toll. The Finn is starting to suffer on the loose surface in here. And unfortunately for Mikko, he has one of the best drivers in the history of the sport hot on his heels. The back end of this stage has some very fast sections, and Loeb is beginning to find a devastating rhythm through here. Seb smashes the time set by Hirvonen. He beats him by 13.3 seconds, and that is going to be a tough target to match. And as has been the case for the past few events, Loeb is being given a real run for his money early on by his young teammate Sordo. Danny began the stage just 0.6 of a second ahead of Sebastian, but despite another terrific run, he sees his advantage trimmed to just 0.3 of a second. Rally leader Jari-Matti Latvala is also attacking hard, but despite his brave efforts, that stunning time set by Loeb is just out of Latvala's reach too. He's 4.3 seconds slower, but he does at least stay in the lead for now. Gigi Golli begins this test playing catch-up. He's been fastest through the first 2 sectors of stage 2, though. Oh, that didn't sound good there. Well, avoiding rocks is one of the crucial factors of the Acropolis rally, but Gali is in real trouble here. He's wedged against the bank. It looks like he's going nowhere. It's broken suspension, and the roughest rally on the calendar has claimed its first victim.
It's just a mistake for myself, because I saw the rock, but I thought, okay, I can go over. Just a really small mistake, and okay, hopefully the car is not too damaged, and tomorrow we can start it.
Here's Petter Solberg now. Oh, a double hit, a very close call for the Norwegian there. He got away with that, but he'll need to keep the new car in one piece while he gets used to it. Petter continues to lead the charge for Subaru despite that brush with disaster. 6th fastest on stage 2. His 5th position looks safe for now. And Solberg, it appears, is adapting to this new car quicker than his teammate. Chris Atkinson has begun to slip back. He falls down to 8th on stage 2. Moving in the opposite direction, though, is Stobart Ford's Henning Solberg. With the 5th fastest time, the Norwegian is up to 7th. Even more impressive, though, is Ermo Arva. In a privately entered Citroën C4, Ermo is setting a stunning pace. 4th fastest in stage 2. He jumps up from 11th to 6th. For a long time, JWRC competitor, not fazed by this fast, narrow section here. Good driving from the Estonian. Moving on to the final stage before the midday service break, the 17-kilometre Pasatha test, and the pressure is on Danny Sordo to stay ahead of his teammate Loeb. It's another rough stretch of road, and looking at the target time, Danny needs to match to stay ahead of Seb. He may be in trouble here. Yes, that's not quite good enough. Danny slips to third, now 2 seconds behind his teammate overall. Stage 3 was won by Latvala, though, who extends his lead slightly. He's now 4.2 seconds ahead of Loeb. Sordo is now third, while Hirvonen slipped further behind in fourth. Henning Solberg, meanwhile, has got back past Ermoava in what's becoming an interesting battle for sixth. It's off to the new service park next, and a well-earned break for the drivers who've had to put up with very high temperatures today. But the coolest driver at the moment is Latvala, who's shown no ill effect after his off in shakedown.
On Thursday I was very disappointed, of course, to myself, because I did a very stupid mistake on the shakedown. But this is life, these things can happen, and so luckily we were able to start from the zero this morning. Driving was quite good. I had a little safe margin, but I'm still satisfied for the stage times.
How much of that was down to road position, do you think?
It's a little bit, yes. Not so big. The road position advantage is here not so big as it was in Sardinia. But yes, I'm getting some advantage, and I try to use it.
Where one Ford driver is benefiting from their starting position, the other clearly isn't.
I couldn't do any better. I've been pushing really hard, made a few small mistakes. Second stage I tried to be more neat and not attack so hard, but the result was exactly the same, so I don't know, we just keep on losing.
But over at Subaru, it's been a solid morning for the new car as the mechanics now get a chance to familiarise themselves with the Impreza, and it's been a promising display from former world champion Petter Solberg.
Were you surprised with where you are in the rankings, or is that what you expected?
It's exactly what we expected, and it's his first debut of the car, and it's more about surviving this rally. And when the stages tomorrow is coming up, you know, it will be very tough. So we keep steady, and the car has so much potential. And I'm telling you, so you just have to wait and see.
A bullish Petter Solberg there. Right now, though, it's back to the dusty hills above Athens and back to the second run through the Skimatari stage. Sebastian Loeb couldn't match the speed of Jari-Matti Latvala this morning. He begins the afternoon 4.2 seconds behind the early leader. The world champion, though, is traditionally very fast on the repeated loops in the afternoon, and judging from his early pace here, today is going to be no different. In Latvala, however, Loeb appears to have another real challenger to his crown. There's been very little between the two through the early split times. There are some very fast sections in this stage, but it's also still very rough in places and still very dusty. And late on in here, Jari-Matti could be in trouble. We're hearing through the team radio that he's picked up a slow puncture and is losing time. With a couple of kilometres still to run, this could be bad news for the Finn. We're using